Hi, I'm Wendy Brookman from NACCHO, and I'm at the National Conference in Canberra at the Hyatt, and I'm lucky enough to be joined with Jodie Sizer from PWC Indigenous Consulting. Jodie, tell me a little bit about what you guys do.
Thanks, Wendy. So I'm a Gunditjmara Djapurrung woman from southwest Victoria, Framlingham community. We worked together to form PIC now 4 years ago, PWC Indigenous Consulting. We are a for-profit, for-purpose company. It's a joint venture with PWC Australia. We are majority-owned Aboriginal business, Aboriginal-led, majority Aboriginal board, and 60% of our workforce are Aboriginal people. We bring together the best talent to look at the most complex problems within our communities. We have strong values base in self-determination, respect and truth. We have a whole range of different services in the professional services sector, and over the 4 years we've been together, we've worked on about 400 projects with about 700 communities across the country. We very much believe in place-based, user-centred, Aboriginal-led approaches, and the types of work that we do can be anything from outsourced CFO type work, working with our ACCHOs to build their capabilities and capacity to do specific types of work like their financial management, or working with them to help enable the new markets like the NDIS. Yes. We also do a lot of design work, or we can work as an implementation partner in creating joint ventures and economic opportunities, realising economic opportunities, and we do a lot of evaluation review. So a whole suite of different services across the country.
Wonderful. And I know that you've been in this role for around about 4 years, you mentioned, which is brilliant. Yes. Now, for our members and everyone that actually on the ground, can you give us an idea of the expectations and any future plans that you've got?
We are hoping that we can work together as a partner with the sector to try and identify opportunities and work together to hope realise those opportunities. And that can be in looking at as a whole sector of organisations to say, like I was saying about NDIS, yes. How do we maximise this opportunity? What support, what tools do we need to identify these markets? But it can also be about, from an entrepreneurial perspective, to say how can we as organisations come to identify economic opportunities in our community? How can we support our workforce? A whole range of things to ensure that our organisations are best placed to deliver services in their community.
Beautiful. And now you've also done a report of incarcerations. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's a great example of where we came together to bring some research, and in particular in an economic modelling context. So that was a pro bono piece of work where we partnered with PWC Australia, because they've got a much greater workforce of about 6,000 compared to our 52. They've also got a great team of economic modelling people. So the key focus of this report was to capture a number that really highlighted the cost of Indigenous incarceration. I know there's a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of great success stories that are happening across the country, and we thought where we could add value was to help build momentum to the conversation and bring it to attention to say, if you're not going to do this because it's the right thing to do, and if you're not going to do this because we know that we are the most incarcerated people in the country, at least do consider this from a cost perspective. And what we identified is that by 2040, the cost of Indigenous incarceration is at about $20 billion per annum. And if we close the gap and reduce the overrepresentation, we'd save about $19 billion of that $20 billion.
They're staggering numbers. Thank you so much for your time, Jodie. That's from us. Just remember, our health counts yesterday, today and tomorrow.